So we've come to this property several times before. The reason that we came is because there are issues heating all of the radiators. It's quite a big place. It's 22 radiators in this property. What we've got is a small pump inside this combination boiler, struggling to go all the way up through the loft and feed 22 radiators essentially, some of them quite big. So we've got a 30 kilowatt combi, small circulating pump in there. We are looking to increase the amount of water we're moving around the property essentially. I don't think the pump is strong enough to get up and down. So what we're going to do, we're going to introduce this low loss header into the system. Essentially the purpose of this is to allow us to put several pumps on the system so they don't fight against one another. The boiler will pump into this low loss header, and then we'll have pumps coming out onto the system, and we'll separate and remove essentially radiators from the circuit into individual pump zones. So we're going to take, we're going to put a pump up here, pump all the way upstairs, and catch some of the drops that the boiler pump is struggling to do, and we'll limit the system so the ones that are downstairs on this circuit will be pumped individually and not part of the stuff going upstairs. So yeah, we'll get this put on, we'll get it all pumped, we'll get it all zoned, we'll get it all wired into the boiler. Fingers crossed we'll get some serious heat around here. So the reason we've come to the conclusion of circulation being our issue is mostly because we've been in here already with a power flushing machine. I mean, it gives it away the size of the place, to be honest with you, but the client asked us to power flush the system first. That gave us an opportunity to get around the whole system and really have a look at where pipe roots are going and all that sort of stuff, and really analyse what is physically happening in here. And what it is, so the boiler's actually just another impasse where we are. It's going up 2 stories into the loft, coming back down, and in the corner, just come around here, in the corner of this side of the house, we've got in the room above large bore pipe work that comes all the way down, see it into the floor here, and this is how we're feeding our radiators. So we're feeding several radiators on the ground floor, this side of the property, via drops. It's just a lot of work for that pump that you would put, you know, that kind of size boiler in a large flat or a small single bathroom home, things like that. This place, obviously designed differently, there's a number of radiators. So the heat provided by that boiler is enough, the circulation provided by that pump is simply not. We have a large expansion vessel in the loft for the water volume. We just don't have enough pumps. So the pump should be more than capable of heating 20 radiators. It's about water volume and radiator size. So these radiators are quite big, most of these are doubles. Obviously it's quite an old house, the heat loss in here is quite high, hence the radiator sizes. You know, some of the stuff downstairs is huge, so our water volume is actually quite big. Even though we are separating the system, the water volume that we have to move from the boiler, through the boiler, across all these radiators is still really, really big. But one central heat pump should do you 15 to 20 radiators. Obviously size dependent, but yeah, average 15 to 20 radiators should be fine. So once we start breaking this up, we've got 2 central heat pumps circulating our system, and that should give us good circulation and good heat. Here we are, end of the day, job done, boiler on, little wireless control added in, no heating controls here before, and that's our low loss header. Boiler flow into our low loss header, into one pump for the downstairs loop, another pump for the upstairs loop, and that's us, mate, complete. All tested, all hot, job done.